Okay, so good day everybody. Attorney Neil is back in the Philippines po, so we're back to regular programming. For this week's video po, papag-usapan natin is involved sa torts and damages and criminal aspect po ng reckless imprudence resulting to homicide. So ang dami pong nagtatag sa akin ngayon yung viral video na isang driver na nasa Skyway tapos bigla po siyang binangga nung lasing na nakamotor. Okay, so para po magka-idea kayo, panoorin po muna natin yung video.
Ano po yan? Nakagtag po. Malubong? Opo.
Okay, so nakita po natin yung napaka-intense na accident, no? And before ko po i-explain yung possible liabilities ng AUV driver, may konting i-share lang din po ako. So kung naalala nyo po, nung 17th Congress, I believe it was in the year 2018, almost 2019, there was a congressman who filed House Bill 6925, or otherwise known as the Philippine Responsible Driving and Accountability Act. So hindi po sa pagmamayabang, ako po yung pinakaunang kongresista na nag-principally author ng bill na yon. So the purpose of me in filing that bill back then was to reward yung mga law-abiding citizens para po hindi na humaba yung proseso. Pag klaro naman pong kasalanan ng rider or driver na hindi sumunod sa batas, dapat hindi na po pahabain pa yung proseso at automatically palayain na agad yung law-abiding driver. But anyway, hindi na po ako congressman ngayon, so wala na po akong jurisdiction doon. Pero I just wanted to share that because that was a big milestone in my political career back then. And now, as a practicing attorney, pag-usapan po natin kung ano yung pwedeng defense na gamitin ng AUV driver para po wala siyang civil or criminal liability. Okay, so pag-usapan po muna natin yung possible criminal liability ng AUV driver. So dito po yung kinaso sa kanya is reckless imprudence resulting to homicide, and that is because meron po kasing namatay na tao which is yung motorcycle rider, and since yung AUV driver siya yung buhay, then sa pananaw ng HPG or ng police, yung AUV driver yung may kasalanan since siya yung buhay tas patay yung isa. However, that does not mean na talagang criminally liable na yung AUV driver. There is only a legal process po kasi wherein if there is a crime committed, kailangan po mag-submit ng police ng report in order for there to be an investigation kung meron ba talagang actual crime committed and to determine whether or not the accused, or in this case the AUV driver, is probably guilty of the crime committed. Okay, now let's move on naman po to the civil liability, at ito hindi po to verified pero may mga nababasa po kasi ako sa comments na yung AUV driver daw is nagbayad ng damages, and most likely the basis for his payment is because there is a criminal case filed. Then therefore, there is also a civil liability that attaches to that criminal case. Pero yun nga po, take note, since this is only investigatory stage pa lang po, wala pa po talaga dapat ditong payment of damages. Pero siguro out of goodwill of the AUV driver, kaya niya binayaran. So ang next question naman po, paano po ba makaka-recover yung AUV driver dito, diba? Kasi kung titingnan po natin, parang sobrang lugi po niya, no? Siya yung nasa right of way, siya nang yung binangga, siya pa yung may criminal case, siya pa yung nagbayad ng damages. Okay, so una po muna nating pag-usapan dito yung criminal defense ng AUV driver. Okay, so yung nangyari po kasi dito, nagda-drive siya, nasa right of way siya, bigla pong may nag-counterflow na motor tas binangga siya, which caused the death of that motorcycle rider. Buti na lang po meron ng halos similar case with the same facts more or less in this type of situations. So ang case po na sinasabi ko is a very old case, a 1912 case to be exact. So it is the case of US versus Tayong Tong. Okay, so yung nangyari po dito sa case na ito, meron pong driver ng kotse, tapos habang nagmamaneho po yung driver, meron pong pedestrian na biglang tumawid dun sa kalsada, which caused him being run over by the vehicle. So dito po sinabi ng Supreme Court was that the driver of the vehicle has no criminal liability because the death of the pedestrian was due to his own negligence. Kasi sa sobrang sudden po nung pagtawid ng pedestrian, hindi na po nabigyan ng opportunity yung driver ng automobile para po maiwasan siya. So yun, sabi ng Supreme Court dito, there is no criminal liability on the part of the driver since it falls under Article 12, Paragraph 4 of the Revised Penal Code as an accident. So i-apply po natin yung case na yun dito sa nangyari dito sa Skyway. So hindi po pedestrian pinapag-usapan natin dito, but more or less it is the same. It is an accident kasi yun nga, he was in his right of way driving in the Skyway, tapos dito instead na pedestrian, bigla pong may motor na bumangga sa kanya na nag-counterflow. At kitang-kita rin naman po sa video na yung driver ng AUV, wala na po talaga siyang chance na makaiwas pa dun sa motorcycle kasi sobrang sudden at sobrang biglaan po talaga. So I believe kung magtuloy-tuloy po talaga yung kaso dito, ito po yung pwedeng gamiting defense ng AUV driver, which is the case of US versus Tayong Tong, a 1912 case. case. Okay, now let's go naman po to the civil liability or to the possible civil liability of the AUV driver. So kung totoo pong nagbayad talaga siya ng damages dun sa family ng motorcycle rider, ang pwede pong gawin dito ng AUV driver is habulin niya po yung management or yung company ng Skyway. So first po, I believe every time we enter into a Skyway, we are entering into a contract with them to make use of their property. Diba? Kasi nangyayari po is bumabayad tayo ng toll fee tapos nagmamaneho po tayo sa property nila. So ang nangyari po, there is a breach of that contract because yung driver was following his duty or his obligations under the contract, which is to drive safely, to follow the road rules. Pero yung Skyway management po, hindi po nila nagawa yung obligation nila, which is to protect their riders, provide or give a safe driving road to the users of its Skyway. Diba? Kasi dito may nag-counterflow, hindi napigilan ng management, kaya na-cause yung accident. Po yung isang pwedeng cause of action ng AUV driver dito. At kung let's say i-argue naman ng Skyway na walang contract, then pwede rin naman po under quasi-delict naman yung basis or yung cause of action ng AUV driver still against the Skyway management or the Skyway company po. So basically, ang quasi-delict po kasi it means that there is an injury or damage caused by an individual to another person due to his act or omission. So dito, meron bang act or omission on the part of the Skyway group or the Skyway company? Yes, their failure to provide a safe driving environment to the users of their property by failing to stop the drunk driver from counterflowing. Okay, so yan po yung mga possible na pwedeng gawin ng AUV driver para po maprotektahan siya from criminal or any civil liability. Okay, so if ever meron po dyan sa inyong nangingailangan ng torts or damages lawyer or criminal defense lawyer, then nandito lang po si Attorney Neil and the rest of ACCA Law to represent you in court. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Huwag po kalimutan, follow for more videos like this where I make the law simple and accessible. Thank you po. God bless.